Hey guys, this isn't exactly the video we intended to publish today, but it's kind of the one that we need to publish at this point. Things haven't been exactly as they should be, and it might be obvious at this point for those of you that have been around long enough to notice that our last couple of uploads haven't been on the right day.
Including this one. In fact, we are literally recording the same day that we're uploading this.
We're just not in the right place we need to be. So we want to take a minute out and talk to you guys about what's going on, why that's the case, even acknowledge the fact that we've hit 100 subscribers on YouTube at this point, because we acknowledged it on Facebook, but we haven't made a video yet. And we're, what, like 118 at this point?
Yeah.
We're well past the milestone, and we should have acknowledged that.
We are aware that most of you are not on our Facebook page. So we really appreciate you being here. We never thought we would get this far, to be honest with you.
Especially not this quick.
Not this quick, no. Seriously though, we're really glad you're enjoying the content. And
thank you. And we're sorry that this is where you guys have joined in at or where you're at right now. We don't want, we want to do better, but
we're in a little bit of a burnout situation right now. We've been going so hard lately. We've been trying to get downsizing done. We've been trying to work on the property. We've got things behind the camera that we've been, well, on the other side of videos and stuff that we've been just having to deal with. And we're just at a point that the last 2 weeks, we've literally done nothing. We have moped around because we aren't doing anything. And we're at a point where we need to acknowledge that we don't have as much willpower right now to force us to do things. That way we're not just moping around with no cause. We're giving ourselves time to have a little relaxed time and rest and get ourselves back into where
get the energy we need to really tackle the projects we need to tackle.
Yeah, because it's not worth us being upset and depressed and laying around like we have been.
It's not productive.
So the best thing we can do right now is accept it and move forward. Now that doesn't mean that we're not going to continue with videos. I still plan to post videos every 2 weeks.
Hopefully a little more unscheduled than they have been. Yes. Again, sorry.
We're going to do a more laid back version though. They're not going to be as motivated as we have been. We'll get back to that point, but we're just going to take some time out. We've got a lot of things, like I said, going on behind the scenes that we're not putting on here. We've got a lot of downsizing we need to do that we're not going to record, because to record every little thing that we downsize, I promise you, would be very boring for you guys.
Very tedious. But when we do a big project like the whole closet, that makes sense. It's worth the investment of setting up and preparing for that video. Those kind of things we do still intend to show you guys. So don't feel like we're cutting everything out like that. That's still coming.
But aside from that, for us to actually downsize efficiently, let's be real, having to record everything we do actually makes the process take longer. I don't mind it. I love being able to do this, but we are also trying to get out of here by early next year.
That is the goal.
Right now we're not doing so great. Our time frames are a little bit off, specifically with like things with the property, because I was hoping to have the property cleared out by this point and us starting to actually work on it, but it's not yet. We're close, but we're not there yet. The other part of it that we're a little behind on is the candle business. As you can tell, the business never started up. I know I made a post about it on Facebook.
We really wanted to get it out by June, at least the first batch, the first set.
Yeah.
And we weren't there. And we could have tried to rush something and make something out of it, but it's just, that's not the way we want to go. We want to produce products that we're actually proud of. We need to take time to invest into these products to make them where we want to buy them, much less you guys.
Yeah, because we're also going to be making candles for us, because I love candles, so I'm going to be using our own brand stuff. But like I said, we want quality to be there. We want everyone to enjoy them, so we are not going to just shortchange just to get product out.
Because we could have done that. We could have shortchanged, we could have cut corners, we could have outsourced to somebody else and just slapped our label on it and had no control over the quality product, the quality of the product. But that's not what we wanted to do. Part of the reason that we didn't reach our June deadline like we hoped we would was that we don't actually have a dedicated candle making space.
And part of the reason why is because we have been so busy, because we've just been trying to get everything done. And then on top of that, once we did our yard sale, which I don't know if I said it on Facebook, or I know I said it on Facebook, but I don't know if I've said it on YouTube yet. Yard sale did go really good. We got rid of a lot of stuff and we donated what was left, so plus. But back on topic, when after we had the yard sale, our house has just become chaos. Because that's, I think, when we started to really hit the burnout point.
And other things affected us too that we weren't expecting. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. During our downtime that we're going to have over the next couple of weeks, again, we'll still be posting videos. There are some things that we want to do. We want to get our house back on par to where it needs to be.
This is probably one of the worst our house has been in a really long time. And it's not how we like to let it be.
Yeah. I know I've got a lot of projects around the house, and also I want to get a chance to ride my bike. With us being so busy, I haven't had a chance to be able to practice on it too much. I want to have more time on it. I want to be able to be proficient in it. That way when we start riding around in places that we don't know, that we're not familiar with,
we can still be safe and still be comfortable and still enjoy our ride. And if we're not proficient, then that just makes it that much harder.
Yeah, because I need to be proficient before we get on the road. Like, he's doing great, but I've got a long way to go because it's not something I'm used to.
And you're making great strides, but yes, you do got a long way to go. And I've got a ways to go too. My journey to learning isn't done either.
Another thing we're trying to do during this time frame is we're trying to get the truck. As you know, August is coming and we will be going to New York and grabbing the RV.
As long as everything goes to plan.
Yes. So this month we are working on getting the truck. There will be a video posted for that. When we will post it depends on when we get the truck.
It's kind of out of our hands.
Yeah.
In a way.
Aside from that, we may not post it for a little bit after the point anyway, because we are trying to have this time to do some other things. Speaking of getting that truck video done, we're actually going to take some of this time to actually get a little ahead of videos because of that vacation going to New York. It'll give us extra time not only to get some of these other little projects done that we want to get done, but have videos available for you so we don't like miss a beat, you know?
Or upload on a Sunday.
One of the biggest things right at this current moment that we're trying to make sure we have time for is we actually have family in town right now, and we want to prioritize that family. Remember, this whole point of this journey of going into an RV and being able to travel is to have more time
with friends and family.
Yes, to have more time with those people who are important to us.
Ignoring them now to try and bank on time later when they may or may not be here, or we may or may not be here, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So taking time now while we have it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And now going into the topic that we've kind of pushed off, if you haven't been on Facebook, which I know a majority of you have not, during the time frame, I think it was just before we actually had the yard sale, we recently discovered that our dog Lucy has diabetes.
And that has been a process in and of itself.
It is an everyday task right now dealing with that, because I have been like an emotional train wreck, which probably hasn't been helping my in and out depression that I've been having. So that being said, she is officially on insulin.
And that's twice a day with the insulin shot, assuming that we can get her to eat.
Day.
We used to leave our dog's food out all the time, and now it has to be on a schedule, and that's been a process adjusting to.
Not to mention also, because of her having diabetes, her bladder doesn't hold
quite as well as it used to.
It's not even that it doesn't hold. What's going on is with diabetes, she's got extra sugar basically in her system. So she's got so much now that she has to drink a lot of water trying to flush out all the extra.
So her kidneys can filter out the extra glucose in the blood to thin it back to normal levels. So her kidneys are basically working on overtime, and that means that her bladder is getting fuller faster, and we have to find a place for it. And while we're at work, unfortunately,
that's our floor.
But that leads us into us.
Yeah. Obviously, like I said, we're a little burnt out. We've been going extra hard, 120% here lately, and it's finally starting to just crash, I guess. So
the last 2 weeks especially have been a hard crash, especially with dealing with, you know, our member of the family, because that's what they are to us. And so when no one's not feeling well, that's a problem. That's hard for us. And so that's been harder on us mentally and emotionally. And it's been hard to some days get out of bed to do what has to be done.
Yeah, I'm getting a little emotional right now, sorry. Give me a minute.
As we said though, luckily she is getting back to being her normal self, and she's getting a lot more playful, a lot less lethargic. But we're not trying to make excuses. We're just trying to explain a situation. We don't feel like we need to stay here. We want to get out of this, but we've been kind of fighting our executive dysfunction in this process of knowing you have something you need to get done, but not having the willpower energy to do it. This is us making an active effort to change that.
This journey means a lot for us. Even now with Lucy's recent condition, it just solidifies that even more because I want to be home with her more. Whether that be here or in an RV or wherever. And obviously still see like my mom, my dad, my friends, you know, the rest of the family, his family.
Grandparents.
Yeah, people who don't have a whole lot of time left on this earth. And
there's a lot riding on this, and we can't just sit idle.
Yeah, but again, at this point, we need to admit that we need a break. And we need a break for us. We have been a little edgy with each other the last couple weeks.
We like normally never fight.
Yeah, we're actually really good with each other.
We had a fight over something that it was just stupid.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Like, basically who got the last piece of candy kind of stupid.
Well, that's not what it was, but it was about that stupid.
It was that level of stupid. And that's just normally something that we would have never even hit a bump in the road for. And it, to that day, brought us to a crashing halt. And that's just not normal. And that was a huge red flag for us in our relationship to, hey, we need to sit down, talk about things, get back on track with each other, and then figure out where the problem is and not just treat the symptom, but treat the problem. And that's kind of what ultimately came to this video.
Yeah. And a lot of our theory on how our relationship works when it comes to things that we don't agree on. And I don't remember where the quote is originally from. It's not my quote, but it's us versus the problem.
Not us versus each other.
Yes. So.
And that is huge to really not just say and recite, but really take to heart and really treat as the actual cause of, hey, I love you. I know this isn't you. What's going on? How do I help?
Yeah. With that being said, we're going to take some time for us. We're going to take some time for us to get back on par with each other, maybe go out on a date or something.
Maybe a motorcycle date. Two things at once, right? Two birds, one stone.
Right. But we're gonna have a little time for us. We're still gonna post videos. They're just not gonna be, let's get this downsized now.
Let's knock out all these trees.
It's still gonna be on topic with the channel. But just give us a little bit. We'll get back into it. We're gonna ease back into it. That way we're not just like going hardcore parkour, you know?
We're still excited to get to the building and get to the inside and clean everything out. Like that has been, we've been messing with floor plans and we're just so excited that we can't even figure out one. We think we finally nailed it down.
Yeah,
now.
we think we got a floor plan.
But that's in the future.
Yeah.
Just excited.
Yeah. So anyway, without further ado, this is what we needed to say. We hope you'll be patient with us. We'll hope you'll still follow along because we really appreciate you guys being here. It has been exciting to open up and see that more people are actually enjoying our content and being there. So. And
if you're new here and aren't subscribed, go ahead and get subscribed. There's a lot coming. There are some pretty big things coming for us as long as we can keep going. So thank you all for your time.
Yeah. And you guys have a lovely rest of your 2 weeks and we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.